Question number 7. A rectangular pyramid has a volume of 720 cubic meters. Find the volume of a rectangular prism with the same area and base, the same area of base and height. So hopefully I remember the two sentences that we kept talking about, that a prism is 3 times a pyramid, and a pyramid is 1/3 of a prism. So this pyramid is part of this prism. And if you think about filling this pyramid up with water and pouring it into the prism, it would take 3 times to fill the prism all the way up. So we can take the volume of the pyramid, which is 720, multiply it by 3, and that'll give us the volume of the prism. (2,160 cubic meters, or meters cubed, is the volume of the prism. Question number 8. Serena is cutting pieces of poster board to make a project display in the shape of a triangular pyramid, like the one shown below. The base of the pyramid is an equilateral triangle, and the faces are isosceles triangles. What is the surface area of the pyramid that will be made from the pieces of poster board? Since this question did not say lateral surface area, we'll assume it's asking for total surface area, and we will add up all 4 triangles. I'll start with the base. The base triangle measures 3.5 by 2.8, and the formula for area of a triangle is 1/2 BH, where that the B is 3.5 or 3.5, and the H is 2.8. If I multiply 3.5 and 2.8, I get 9.8. When I divide that by 2, I get 4.9. So I'm going to come over and label my base as 4.9 feet squared. Now I'm going to go over to the other triangles. These 3 triangles on the side are identical, and they measure 3.5 for the base and 3.2 for the height. Again, I'll use the formula A equals 1/2 BH, but this time, where the base is still 3.5, the height is 3.2. (3.5 times 3.2 is 11.2. And when I divide that in half, I get 5.6. So each of these triangles on the sides measure 5.6 feet squared. So I'll come back and label each one. Now my last step is to add them all together. 5.6, we have 3 of those, and then we have the base of 4.9. Notice that all of my decimal points are lined up. And I should end up with 21.7 feet squared. Question number 9. Here we have a glass pyramid that is on display. A replica of the pyramid has a square base that measures 7.5 inches on each side. The height of this replica is also 7.5 inches. What is the volume in cubic inches of the replica of the pyramid? Since this is a rectangular pyramid, I'll need to use the rectangular formula for area, which is A equals BH, and I'll need to use the formula for volume of a pyramid, which is V equals 1/3 big BH. The area of the rectangle will replace the big B in my volume formula. Since my rectangle is actually a square, the base and height are the same, which is 7.5. When I multiply those two together, I get 56.25. That number will replace the big B in my formula. So now I have 1/3 56.25 times the height of 7.5. I'll multiply the 56.25 by 7.5 and get 421.875. Then I need to divide that by 3, and I should come up with 140.625 inches cubed. Last question, number 10. A rectangular flower box will be constructed for Mrs. Garcia's desk. The flower box will be filled to the top with soil. What is the volume of the flower box? Since this is a rectangular pyramid, I'll need to use the formula for area of a rectangle to find the area of the base. That formula is A equals BH, where the BH is 9 and 12.5. I'll need to use the formula for volume of a prism, which is V equals big BH. And when I am done finding the area of the base, I'll replace that number with the big B in my volume formula. 9 times 12.5 is 112.5. I'll replace that number with the big B and then multiply it by the height of the entire structure, or the entire rectangular prism, which is 2.5. That should give me 281.25 inches cubed.